The Mavericks tried quite a few different combinations personnel-wise with their front court, with having Derek Lively, Daniel Gafford, and Maxi Kleber all in their front court rotation available to play, and I'm going to get into some of the ways that they tried to approach containing Devin Booker and Kevin Durant throughout their 123-113 victory. So let's just get right into it. The Mavericks are defending a double drag play with Kevin Durant as the ball handler. Derek Lively switches onto Durant, and now it's up to him to guard in isolation. And he does an effective job of forcing him left, avoids fouling, and then gets vertical deep on the drive. Durant has nowhere to go. Devin Booker on the weak side didn't drift to the corner to give him a passing option. Durant forces it to the weak side, and Josh Green jumps the pass. Kevin Durant tried to hunt Luka Doncic on this possession with Grayson Allen screening for him to force that matchup, and Durant tries to attack the open space going baseline with the between the legs cross. Derek Lively does a great job of showing help, so Durant works his way back towards the middle with a crossover, and then he darts the ball on the spray out to the weak side corner, and then the ball immediately finds Devin Booker, who wasn't expecting it, fumbles it, and then Booker tries to attack downhill, salvage the play, but Derek Lively protects the rim with his length and forces a miss. Maxi Kleber began this possession as the on-ball defender for Devin Booker, who brought the ball up. And instead of forcing Luka Doncic to switch after the screen, Kleber went under the screen and cut off Booker's drive, got vertical, and made it a very tough shot on this attempt. This is an example of why defensive rebounding is considered a weakness of Daniel Gafford throughout his career. This play begins with Kevin Durant receiving a 4-5 ball screen with the center, and the Mavericks switch this one. Daniel Gafford holds him for a second. They bring a late double with Derrick Jones Jr. rotating over. And at this point, Durant gets the ball out of his hands quickly to play advantage basketball to get the ball popping. The Mavericks make the necessary rotations. Gafford recovers back to the center in the dunker spot, and he communicates with Luka Doncic to take Eric Gordon in the corner, becoming the low defender. And the Mavericks have this well handled overall. Devin Booker has the ball in the wing with no advantage. It's a stagnant possession. And this should have been a closed possession with two bigs handling one big in the paint on the off, but they give up the offensive rebound on the tap out. And this ends in a quality outcome though. Daniel Gafford protects the paint after Durant tries to attack in short range, and this ends in a closed possession. But again, that second effort shouldn't have been allowed. This possession starts with Devin Booker receiving a screen from Josh Okogie to get Luka Doncic switched onto him. And interestingly enough, Devin Booker doesn't attack Luka. He brings Drew Eubanks up the screen, forcing Daniel Gafford into the action. And this results in Gafford switching onto Booker. And the Mavericks do a good job of containing here. PJ Washington helps one pass away from the strong side after Booker dribbles away from the late double that Tim Hardaway Jr. was sending. And then Washington gets out on the shooter, contesting Royce O'Neal in the corner to force the miss. Devin Booker attacks early with a ball screen, and the Mavs show and recover with Daniel Gafford as the big defender. And as this play is developing, PJ Washington tags the roller, and now Kyrie Irving was responsible for the weak side guarding 2 with 1, makes the read of Devin Booker's pass, jumps it, and results in a steal. Derek Lively doubled the post with Kevin Durant receiving the ball, and they did a great job of making his presence felt and help defense recovering out of it. Grayson Allen didn't even look at the rim, tossed it out to Royce O'Neal, who missed a catch-and-shoot 3. There was a lot of standing and watching on the offensive rebound with a cutter getting the ball with a wide-open paint. This play was a great example of the effort that the Mavericks had protecting the paint throughout this game. Grayson Allen got into a handoff drive, tried to make a wraparound pass to Yusuf Nurkic. A lot of jumping, a lot of verticality, and then Derek Lively blew up the play at the end. This play starts with Kevin Durant getting Maxi Kleber switched onto him with a screen from Royce O'Neal. He breaks him down off the dribble. Kyrie Irving rotates over with a late double, and then the ball pops. Derek Lively does a great job of closing out on Saben Lee, and then also protecting the paint after the drop-off pass, and then the Mavericks blow up this possession and go the other way. Here, Daniel Gafford switches onto Kevin Durant, holds his own out in space after receiving some help at the nail, contests the jumper, and it's a miss. On the boards, Maxi Kleber battled Yusuf Nurkic, and he was unable to get a putback to go. And the Suns try to hunt Luka Doncic by having his man screen for Devin Booker. He gets switched, and then the Mavericks send help doubling on this drive. And then Durant tries to attack off the catch, get to a spot in short range, but Derrick Jones Jr. does a great job of recovering and blocks the shot. Eric Gordon tries to attack Luka Doncic, and he gets contained with Daniel Gafford showing help and then recovering as the low defender back out to the corner. The Mavs give up an offensive rebound. The ball finds Kevin Durant out on the perimeter. He attacks right. Daniel Gafford shows help. Durant tries to put up a floater. The shot's offline. The Mavericks doubled Kevin Durant after he received the entry pass in the post to start this possession, and then Durant didn't really get the ball out of his hands early enough. He ended up traveling, and it's a turnover. The Suns once again hunt Luka Doncic by having his man screen for Devin Booker, and then the Mavs late double, the ball pops, finds Eric Gordon on the weak side, and Daniel Gafford does a great job handling this closeout. Eric Gordon tries a sidestep three in the corner and misses. With Kevin Durant receiving the ball as this play developed out of a handoff from Jusuf Nurkic into a ball screen, Derek Lively made his presence felt near the nail, and this allowed Nurkic to get behind him, but Josh Green did a great job as the low defender of stabbing at the ball and disrupting Nurkic's rhythm, and he misses the layup. Jusuf Nurkic bested Derek Lively on a possession in the post earlier in this game, but he did a great job of handling it here and ends up actually forcing Nurkic to travel and results in a turnover. A common theme throughout this game was Derek Lively's presence as a paint protector. He plays up in ball screen coverage, recovers back. Grayson Allen attacks downhill, plays off of 1 foot, and then ends up getting this play blown up with Derek Lively swatting the floater attempt. Kevin Durant attacks right against PJ Washington, and this is a great example of help from Derek Lively. He gets vertical deep on the drive, and Durant misses this, and the Mavericks gain possession. Devin Booker receives a screen, and the screener is Grayson Allen. He cuts through. Derek Lively tags him and then gets out on the shooter for a contest, and Royce O'Neal misses. That's an example of his 7'7" wingspan being an advantage. Kevin Durant brings the ball up again on this play and gets Luka Doncic switched onto him, and Luka receives strong side help with PJ Washington making his presence felt. Durant doesn't like what he has on the attack right, sprays it out to Eric Gordon in the weak side corner, and then Josh Green gets out on him, and the shot's a miss. Kevin Durant brings the ball up on this play, is very intent on getting Derrick Jones Jr. switched off of him using multiple screens from Royce O'Neal, but Kleber did a great job of holding his own against Durant in isolation. He stayed in front of him, got a hand up on the pull-up attempt, and forced a miss. This was certainly one of the top highlights from the Mavericks defense. They contained Devin Booker out of a double drag initially here on his drive left. Daniel Gafford, the big defender, shows his presence. Booker picks up the ball, tosses it to Royce O'Neal on a get action to then try to attack going to his right. Maxi Kleber makes the switch and now is responsible for guarding Booker in space. And he does a good job of tracking him on the drive right, slides his feet. Daniel Gafford rotates over and blocks the floater into the fifth row. There are definitely ups and downs of having a shot blocker who's really focused on trying to send everything into the fifth row, and this is a great example of that here. Kevin Durant brings the ball up. He's picked up full court by Derrick Jones Jr. Royce O'Neal screens for him. Maxi Kleber switches on to Durant and is now guarding him in isolation in space. Durant tries to attack going to his right, plays out of the between the legs, and explodes going downhill. Daniel Gafford rotates over, and now the Mavericks are unaccounting for Josh Okogie on the offensive glass. Gafford rotated unnecessarily. His presence wasn't needed in help with Maxi Kleber already containing the dribble penetration and contesting Durant's pull-up heavily, and then Okogie's left unaccounted for the putback. The Mavericks ended up using a strategy they frequently use against the Suns with this relative version of their roster. Devin Booker pushes on the break and he attacks, draws two, gets the ball to Okogie in the corner, and then the ball ends up finding Booker again at the top of the offense. Jusuf Nurkic comes to set a screen, and then Booker drives downhill. The paint is packed with 4 defenders, and he makes a spray out pass to Okogie, who is being completely disrespected by Luka Doncic as the low defender, daring him to shoot, and the shot's a miss. This was another play where the Mavericks were disrespecting Josh Okogie as a shooter. Jusuf Nurkic plays out of a zoom action, gets the ball to Booker, and Booker draws two. Derrick Jones Jr. is trapping him, and no one gets out really on Okogie. PJ Washington just leaps in the paint. Not a really serious closeout there, and the shot's a miss. PJ Washington uses length to contest jumpers, first here by Devin Booker on the step back going to his left in transition, and then on an isolation possession against Kevin Durant in the corner, who thought he had a look that he liked, playing out a triple threat, didn't put the ball on the floor, just raised up to shoot over the top and missed. The Mavericks remained intent on keeping Luka Doncic kind of zoned as the low defender. Kevin Durant receives a ball screen from Royce O'Neal, gets Maxi Kleber switched onto him, tries to isolate him, and as Durant attacks, Josh Green dials up well-timed strong side corner help, makes Durant pick the ball up, recovers back to the corner, and now Durant's making a reversal to Royce O'Neal, who tried to attack Doncic off the catch, but just heaves up a terrible floater. And Luka Doncic makes a great effort play. The Suns nearly come up with an offensive rebound. They tip the ball up, and this is, a loose ball situation. Luka has his hands on the ball. The ball gets pried loose, and then Kyrie Irving makes a great hustle play. He dives for the loose ball, saves it from going out of bounds, lands in the front row, and then the Mavs are going the other way. The lack of shooting respect that Josh Okogie commanded was a continued liability for the Suns. They're essentially leaving him completely unaccounted for off the ball. This allows the Mavericks to zone up against Kevin Durant, stifle his drive attempts, and then after getting doubled in the corner, after receiving the ball back on a handoff, Durant tries to get the ball to Okogie on the cut, and Luka Doncic makes a great play against an unskilled player by prying the ball loose, resulting in a turnover. After inbounding the ball to Eric Gordon, Kevin Durant receives it on a handoff, and Luka Doncic switches onto him. And PJ Washington did a great job of helping at the nail. Durant loses the ball, dribbles off his foot, and then this results in a steal for the Mavs. This was a great example of Maxi Kleber protecting the paint as a small ball 5. They try to show and recover on Devin Booker's ball screen. Kleber is recovering back to the paint. Kevin Durant's trying to attack off the catch. Kleber rotates and alters the shot at the rim, and they close the possession with the rebound. The Mavericks are trying to play out of a show and recover with Luka Doncic here. The ball finds Eric Gordon, the short roller, out of a pocket pass, but he fumbles the catch. Daniel Gafford pre-rotated as a low defender. Tim Hardaway Jr. was guarding 2 with 1 and then commits to the ball, and this allows Luka to recover out to Royce O'Neal. Gordon relocated back behind a three-point line, and Gafford fully committed to contesting the 3, and the shot is off. The Suns have Luka Doncic's man set a ball screen. He switches onto Devin Booker, and Booker retreats out to the three-point line, and Luka gets a contest, and it's a miss. Kevin Durant tries to attack PJ Washington, attacking right at the start of possession, and Washington walls him up and rips the ball loose. One of the areas where Luka Doncic still needs to improve defensively is his handling of angles on handoffs. Eric Gordon tosses it to Grayson Allen, who blows by Luka, and then PJ Washington makes a tremendously timed help rotation, makes Allen have to take a tough reverse finish, and it throws him off completely, and he misses. At this point of the game, Kevin Durant was clearly needing to put up threes. PJ Washington understands this, contains the initial effort, and then uses his 7'2" wingspan to contest, and the shot's offline. I want to thank you if you watched this video all the way through. I would greatly appreciate it if you subscribed to my channel, gave this video a like, and shared it if you feel like it as well. I'll be making more videos like this throughout the Mavericks season.